Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. So apparently it's Flowey's torture room. Great. Awesome. Can't wait to see what that looks like. And last but not least, Bethesda is currently listing postings for over 20 new job positions, basically hiring everything needed for a new big-budget game. With the quotes from earlier in the year that there were 2 major projects in line before Elder Scrolls 6 and the release of Wolfenstein 2 and Evil Within 2 on the horizon, we can now only speculate that Elder Scrolls 6 is in production.
Fingers crossed. I mean, I'm definitely ready for a new Elder Scrolls game.
Definitely.
For sure.
I mean, they can't put Skyrim on many more.
And there's no more systems for them to port it to.
Yeah, there's nothing else to put it on.
Port it to the Atari.
What about
3DS?
What about our smartwatches?
Yeah, we need the mobile version of Skyrim. There we go.
We have the
with
Switch.
microtransactions.
But the Switch is
We
mobile
have
enough.
Switch.
Yeah.
That's
Stupid
true.
idiot.
That's true. All right. Well, hopefully Elder Scrolls 6 will be on the way soon, so I never have to hear the word Skyrim again. That is a game that has worn out its welcome so hard.
Oh, and you don't think that, in 30 years that Elder Scrolls 6 will have done the same thing
I think it will, but I mean, it's like Morrowind didn't wear out its welcome like that. Oblivion did. I didn't even like Oblivion, and that didn't wear out its welcome.
But I think it's because Skyrim was the FF7 for a lot of people that had never played Elder Scrolls before.
Oblivion.
A ton of people got into it at Skyrim.
It did. I actually only bought Skyrim. I wouldn't call it peer pressure, but when it came out like that day, like it was everywhere that I'm just like, I'm going to go pick this game up.
Yeah. And
Fushora.
No.
Fushora.
Oblivion, first of all, was co-published by 2K Games. So
Yes.
you've got to
really?
you've got to think that Bethesda's publishing arm was still developing at that point, but ZeniMax publishing arm was still developing at that point. But not just that, I don't think Oblivion ever sold well enough to justify porting it to other systems.
because they killed off Patrick Stewart in the first 5 minutes of the game, and everyone was real mad about it.
See, I actually wasn't, because that would have been the first one that I got into, but the computer that I had at the time just wasn't quite there. Like, you could run it and get started, but you couldn't actually play it.
A lot of the things that people accepted by the time Skyrim came around, like the fast travel stuff, that was new in Oblivion. And people who were coming off Morrowind were like, wait, so I just bring up my map and click where I want to go?
That is true.
Where's the traveling? That's like half the fun.
There was no fast travel in Morrowind?
No, there was like, you could do the Silt Striders to go from a major city to a major city.
Right.
But even then, only specific major cities.
Interesting.
There was no fast travel in Morrowind. Hell no.
Interesting.
The best, that's why Mark and Recall were so important in that game. Because getting back to the, they say like
the quest giver and stuff.
Go to some cave like 5,000 steps to the west, and you're like, okay, great. There's 3 mountains in the way that I got to walk around, but you could recall back.
Gotcha. And like 7 caves, by the way.
Yeah, there was like 20 caves. You had no idea which one you were trying to get to.
Yeah. Oh, Morrowind.
My favorite game for all of its problems.
Anyway, what continent do you see Elder Scrolls 6 taking place on?
Oh shit.
Eorzea.
I could see us
Fuck you.
If they're gonna,
Azeroth.
I could see them maybe revisiting at this
Draenor.
point. I could see like Daggerfall getting to be seen it because
No way.
Because you haven't seen like.
Aren't they going to put in a new continent? I thought they were going to go somewhere that's been unexplored.
Think about like
The
Daggerfall though.
marshes.
We only had Daggerfall in the context of a randomly generated like humongous ass continent.
No,
like,
I get that, but I think that I mean the fact that you can play Daggerfall and it still feels like a fleshed out continent, like it actually feels like you're playing through.
Can you really still play Daggerfall?
I mean, yeah, because I
system that can play it still?
I did play through Daggerfall
Recently?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like
I can't believe it worked.
Like that must have been in college. I think Bethesda did an official version of it that'll run on shit now.
Oh. I think you're right.
I think it's even a free download if I'm not mistaken.
I thought that was Arena, but maybe it was Daggerfall.
I think Daggerfall is also out there as well.
Okay.
Anyway,
Alakir.
What?
Alakir.
Alakir? Is that where you think we're going?
Yes.
Do you think that's how it's pronounced?
Yes.
Okay. Just as long as you think so.
Because it's a desert place.
Yeah. All right. For more.
No, but I mean, like, so. You had said Daggerfall. I disagree. I don't think we'll go back to Daggerfall, at least not for a while, especially with so many continents unexplored. I mean, because you've got wherever the Red Guard come from. I can't remember where that is, but the desert portion of the continent. Then you've also got Valenwood and elsewhere and Black Marsh all to the south. We've never seen any part of the southern continent. I feel like, except for the Shivering Isles, that's the only part that we've seen. I feel like that's where, like, in terms of variety and changing it up from Skyrim, that they've got to go somewhere in the south.
I can see the Black Marsh. If it's the damn desert, if we go from Skyrim to a desert, I'm going to be pissed.
I agree.
Because that's going to be boring.
I
but
agree,
if it's the Black Marshes, I'd be into that.
I think most people would say the same thing about Black Marsh, though, that they don't like I feel like the Argonians are sort of like the Dark Elves, where the Dark Elves were, around the time of Morrowind, right? Like, people were like, "Oh, an entire game about the Dark Elves. Who gives a shit?" And then they played it, and it was the bomb.
It was awesome. Yeah,
exactly. And now Dark Elves are sort of like their lore. Like, when people make a Dark Elf, it's like they're
Why you know who the Dunmer are?
Yeah, exactly.
Why is everything gotta be dark with you?
Funny. Do you have something actual to add?
No,
here?
I've never played these games before.
Okay. Nika, how about you?
I haven't played these either. So.
Oh, fuck off. Really?
Yeah.
I thought you loved Elder Scrolls.
I'm
I
shocked.
think I probably will. My dad played a bunch of them growing up, so they've always been on my radar, and I own Skyrim. I just haven't played it.
I'm shocked.
Wow.
Play Morrowind with its awkward ass controls in the modern era.
Robbie, what about you? What do you think the landmass is that we're going to go?
Unfortunately, I don't know enough about the world in general to sort of guess that. I obviously played Skyrim. I played very, very little of Morrowind, and then was never able to actually play Oblivion.
You're not missing a ton with Oblivion.
You're really not.
It was okay. The best part of Blood Oblivion was the Thieves Guild quest line. Like, you actually get to steal an Elder Scroll. That's kind of like the premise of it. That's pretty cool. The rest of it sucks.
All of the stuff. I mean, and Skyrim, my favorite was the whole Thieves Guild related stuff.
Yeah, then Oblivion actually treated its Thieves Guild really well, so you might like that.
Yeah.
All right, so for more information and the latest video game news, head over to checkpointradio.com and subscribe to the Checkpoint podcast feed while you're there.
That's right. Episodes of the Checkpoint Radio podcast come out every Saturday, and